You know, there's a topic that doesn't get talked about nearly enough as we get older, something that's natural, healthy, and can actually be really good for us, especially after 60. But because it's a bit private, or maybe even a little taboo, a lot of people shy away from the conversation. I'm talking about masturbation. Now, before you click away, hear me out, because this simple habit can do wonders for your physical and emotional health as you age. Think about it. When was the last time you heard someone over 60 talk openly about this? Probably never, right? But here's the thing, our bodies change as we get older, and so do our needs. What might have felt like a small, private part of life when we were younger can actually play a big role in keeping us healthy now. And the best part? It's free, it's safe, and it's something you can do on your own terms. So today, we're going to have an honest, judgment-free conversation about why masturbation isn't just normal, it's something that can protect your health in ways you might not expect. We'll talk about how it helps with everything from stress relief to better sleep, and even keeping certain parts of your body functioning well as you age. And don't worry, we'll keep it light, practical, and maybe even a little fun. Now, let's start with one of the biggest benefits, something we all deal with, especially as we get older: stress. Life after 60 can come with its own set of worries, health concerns, changes in routine, maybe even loneliness. And stress isn't just a mental burden, it takes a toll on your body, too. But here's where masturbation can help. When you engage in this private, pleasurable activity, your body releases endorphins, those natural feel-good chemicals that lift your mood and help melt away tension. It's like giving yourself a little gift of relaxation anytime you need it. And speaking of relaxation, let's talk about sleep. How many nights have you spent tossing and turning, wishing you could just drift off? As we age, sleep can become harder to come by, whether it's due to aches, worries, or just changes in our natural rhythms. But here's something you might not know: orgasms release oxytocin, a hormone that promotes calmness and can help you fall asleep more easily. Think of it as a natural sleep aid, one that doesn't come with side effects or a prescription. Now, let's move on to something a little more unexpected: how this simple habit can actually support your pelvic health. For women, especially after menopause, keeping the pelvic floor muscles strong is crucial for preventing issues like incontinence. Masturbation can help with that, because it engages those same muscles, keeping them active and healthy. And for men, regular sexual activity, yes, even solo, has been linked to better prostate health. It's like a gentle workout for parts of your body that don't always get the attention they deserve. So, now that we've covered just a few of the ways this natural habit can help with stress, sleep, and even physical health, let's keep going. Because there's even more to explore, like how it can boost your confidence, keep your mind sharp, and remind you that pleasure and self-care don't have an expiration date. And trust me, by the end of this, you might just see this little habit in a whole new light. Now, let's talk about something that doesn't get enough attention when we discuss aging: confidence. You might not immediately connect masturbation with self-esteem, but think about it. As we get older, society often makes us feel like certain parts of life are off limits or no longer for us. Like pleasure is only for the young. But that's just not true. Taking time for yourself in this way is a powerful reminder that your body is still yours, still capable of joy, and still deserving of care. It's a small but meaningful act of reclaiming your autonomy, especially in a world that sometimes makes older adults feel invisible. And here's another thing: it keeps you connected to your own body. As we age, it's easy to start feeling disconnected, especially if we're dealing with aches, pains, or changes in how we look or move. But when you take the time to explore what feels good, you're not just indulging in pleasure, you're staying in tune with yourself. You're reminding yourself that your body isn't just something that carries you through the day, it's something that can still bring you happiness. Now, let's shift gears a bit and talk about the mind. You've probably heard that staying mentally active is crucial as we get older: crossword puzzles, reading, learning new skills. But did you know that sexual activity, including masturbation, can actually help keep your brain sharp? It's true. The rush of blood flow, the release of neurotransmitters, even the focus required, it all adds up to a kind of mental workout. Plus, the relaxation that follows can help clear away mental fog and even boost creativity. Who knew something so simple could be so good for your brain? And while we're on the topic of health, let's talk about something that might surprise you: the immune system. Yes, really. Studies have shown that regular sexual activity, including solo play, can give your immune system a little boost. It's not a magic cure, of course, but every little bit helps, especially as our bodies become more vulnerable with age. Think of it as another tool in your wellness toolkit, right up there with eating well and staying active. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking: what if I'm not as interested as I used to be? Or maybe, what if my body doesn't respond the way it once did? That's completely normal. Libido changes over time, and so do our bodies. But here's the thing: there's no right way to do this. It's not about performance or meeting some imaginary standard. It's about what feels good to you in this moment of your life. Maybe that means taking things slower, exploring different kinds of touch, or even just enjoying the sensation without worrying about the outcome. The key is to be kind to yourself and let go of any expectations. So, now that we've talked about confidence, mental sharpness, and even immunity, let's move on to something just as important: the emotional side of things. Because this isn't just about physical health, it's about happiness, connection, and even grief. And that's where things get really interesting. Let's talk about something we don't often associate with masturbation: emotional healing. As we get older, many of us face losses: the passing of a partner, friends moving away, or even the quiet grief of no longer recognizing the person in the mirror. It's easy to feel untethered, like parts of your life are slipping out of reach. But here's where this simple, private act can offer something profound: a moment of comfort, of reconnecting with yourself when the world feels uncertain. It's not about replacing intimacy with others, it's about reminding yourself that you're still here, still capable of feeling pleasure and joy, even in solitude. And for those who are in relationships, this habit can actually strengthen your connection with your partner. You might wonder how, after all, isn't this something you do alone? But here's the truth: when you understand your own body and needs, you bring that confidence into shared intimacy. It takes the pressure off performance and lets you focus on connection. Plus, if health issues or medications have changed your libido or responses, exploring on your own can help you communicate what still feels good with your partner. It's like giving yourself, and them, the gift of clarity. Now, let's address a concern some of you might have: is this still okay at my age? Maybe you grew up hearing that sexuality has an expiration date, or that it's somehow inappropriate later in life. But those ideas couldn't be further from the truth. Your body doesn't have a calendar that says, "No pleasure allowed after 60." In fact, many cultures throughout history have celebrated sexuality in older age as a sign of wisdom and vitality. The only right way to approach this is whatever feels safe, enjoyable, and true to you. And if physical challenges make things difficult, arthritis, mobility issues, or dryness after menopause, remember there are solutions. A heating pad for sore muscles, water-based lubricants, which are game changers, by the way, or even just adjusting your position can make all the difference. This isn't about pushing through pain, it's about adapting to honor your body's needs. So, let's wrap this up with the most important point of all: you deserve this. Not just because it's healthy, but because joy and self-care aren't luxuries, they're essentials at every stage of life. Whether it's a quick stress reliever on a tough day or a mindful moment of reconnection, this habit is a way to say to yourself, "I still matter." Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you noticed changes in how you approach this part of life as you've gotten older? What tips or questions do you have? Share them in the comments. Let's keep this conversation going, because the more we talk openly, the more we normalize healthy aging in all its forms. And if this video resonated with you, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. We'll keep having honest, uplifting conversations about living your best life after 60, because getting older doesn't mean fading into the background. It means writing your next chapter on your own terms. Here's to embracing every part of yourself, today and every day. Thanks for watching, and remember, you're never too old to feel good.